Okay. Is there any sound on this? Is this working? Testing. Well, I guess we have to give it a 30-second delay, right? And I don't know if the sound is working or not.
If you go live, I think that's just going to create a new event, isn't it?
Yeah, so you have to... That's the thing is it won't tie into that. It's a new link that you'll have to get.
Yeah.
So I need to share it, which I can share this with... I mean, it says there's 14 on there.
Oh, really?
On mine, it says there's 14 that are following. But right here, 13. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if they can hear. I don't know about the sound. I'm gonna just email this. It's 930, right?
As long as that's working, then great. Let's go to...
So I text it to you. There's another one on, 16.
Maybe we create... Oh, no, it created a new one here. So here you go.
Yeah.
So let's see. That's fine, though.
But I need to get that link shared.
So I can... I think if I go to live room control... I just wish we could create a new link every time. Okay, so you're good.
What's your number? Phone number?
801.
Okay.
930.
Okay.
0780.
So it is live stream. I'm still connected, right? But I tried to text this to you or share it with you, but it said it didn't go through.
No, you need to wear these shoes.
830 930.
Here's the link right here. I got it.
930.
Yeah.
0780.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna share it with you. This is what it does. So that shares the link, but then it says it failed to send. Can you hear me though? Is there a sound? Is there sound on that?
Yeah, you're good. So you're live.
So I'm live, but I need to share that link with my tech person. Yeah.
You want me to text somebody?
Well, yeah, why don't you text
And it's raining.
Danae, so let me get you her number.
Okay, I'm going to go and you can't come. You have to stay in the motorhome. If you want to come, you got to put these on. Okay. Can you put these on?
That's...
All right. You can't come. Okay, so which one do you wear? This one? This one would be better for you.
So Bob texted me and said this.
It really is better, Thank you.
He wasn't serious, was he?
He probably was.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
That's funny.
What?
Okay. So I'm live, so I don't know. People watching aren't too excited about this right now.
Nobody's at the link yet. So.
It says there's 12 people on this. I don't quite following it. But.
Okay, you got some phone numbers?
Okay, 801 244 5387. So send that one, and she'll forward that to my teachers.
That's all you need?
You can choose one. Because I'm in charge of them because they're mine.
Yes. Why don't we go out and see it?
Okay, let's see.
Sorry.
You lost it.
Yeah, we need to know.
I don't know. Just lost it.
It's raining outside.
Okay. And I'll email the group.
Let me know if it is working, period.
Matt is asking for the lid to the APRS.
It's in my jacket.
I've got to go.
You guys snapping pictures and stuff
A few.
while they're getting ready?
Yeah, a few of them.
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
Did you guys have a party in here last night?
No.
No.
We watched Lego Batman last night.
That's a party. That's awesome.
That would be a jacket.
She's in the room.
That's what I should have done. We should have borrowed our neighbor's camper and come up. Partied in the parking lot. Penny, you playing soccer this year?
Yes.
Super.
You walk out there and see if you can still see it.
Okay.
You want to be on camera?
That's what?
Hopefully it all pans out.
Yeah.
Did that get sent out?
Yeah, did they get it?
That's what I'm waiting to hear.
Okay.
Hey Peter, how are you?
Are you doing the morning announcement?
Well, we're trying to stream it.
That's a mouse. Charlie, I'm gonna beat you! Ah!
Alright, we got it.
Yep. So it sounds like it's working.
Alright.
Bell.
Hey. All right. Here we go, Abby. There. You're live. They are still preparing to launch, but anyone can tune in now, period.
I want to see Hannah. I want to see.
Okay. So here we go.
Hi, classmates.
So their school hasn't quite started yet.
Hi, classmates.
All right.
It's Claire.
So you can hear okay, Danae?
Okay, now let's go.
Danae, can you hear the microphone okay?
Oh. Hi. Yeah, it'd be so funny if Naruto knocked over.
Sweet. Okay. So we're set to go. So all of you stay right there so we can see you. Okay, what do you like best about all this HAB launching? What's been the funnest part?
Looks like it's gonna blow.
The Lego? Yeah? Should we come over here and check out and see what they're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, let's come over here. Let's come over and see what they're putting together for this launch. So I'm gonna swing around here. You can see I'm preparing here for the launch. Bridger, what are you gonna tell us about this launch stuff? Here, why don't you hold on to that mic and tell us what you've learned? What's the best part about this launch stuff, Josh? Nothing? So tell me, what are they doing
Learning
right now?
about how, wait. Well, I lost my train of thought here. Okay. So, right now, they're like putting together the payload. Yeah.
So I'm gonna come over there. Why don't you narrate? What are they doing there, Bridger? I'm gonna come over here and see that payload. Tell me what's going on.
So right now they're putting the GoPros in, which are 4. Oh,
Yeah.
that's quite a lot. They're gonna tell us where they are. Yeah.
Yeah. Be careful with the mic right there, Hannah.
It's on, yeah, the settings.
So
You just need to turn it on. Okay. And so I'm going to turn the Wi-Fi off. It's on, right? It's off. It is? Okay. It'll have like a blue on the back.
All right. Well, hand me that mic there, Bridger. Thanks, my friend. I'm gonna come back here. Alex, you give me a hand here. Will you be the cameraman? Sure. So just hold it there. The camera's up here, so you don't want to. Just kind of hold it towards the tent of what they're doing while I unwind this mic.
what about me?
All right. Well, let's just make sure we're good. Here.
You guys get to put your name on the payload.
Just film it all, my friend. Film it all.
Film it all.
Yeah, wherever you want to walk, I'll follow you and I'll talk. So see if we can zoom in a little bit and see what the kids are doing. So let's kind of swing around here. Thanks for being the cameraman. Okay, now hold it right up there and see if we can see what they're doing. Looks like they're all signing the payload while Mr. Stout's putting on the GoPros and the cameras so that we can track and see how this balloon goes up.
What a cool thing.
So school's just starting now, so I'm not sure. There's not too many that have tuned in yet, but.
You guys can do it live. You can do it on the lid too if you want. Want to do the lid? Everyone come over and sign the payload.
So right now they're having all the kids come over and put their name on this payload that's going to be going up.
The other way, guys. Go the other way.
Now, Alex, if you need to sign it, we'll hold the mic for you. Okay? I'll hold it up here for just a minute if you want. If you want to go in there and sign.
I already did.
Pretty cool. Pretty good turnout from the school. Little cloudy. It was raining earlier, but it looks like the sprinkles have stopped. Pretty good turnout from the school here. Kids are enjoying the park here out in Tremonton. And let me kind of do a backup picture of this launch pad right here they've created. So where they're gonna launch this balloon at. All right.
That's the balloon. Yeah, but you see that big that's your.
So tell us what you're doing there, Kyle.
So we plugged the helium into the balloon. So we've got this.
Attach that to you while you're
Okay. Yeah.
talking.
Sweet.
There we go.
Okay. So we've got the helium tank here. We've got a hose with this nozzle, and it's going into the balloon right here. This is the whole balloon in this bag.
Wow.
We are attaching it with zip ties so that when we start filling, the nozzle doesn't shoot out and the helium go everywhere. But we've also attached the safety line so that when it fills up and starts floating, we don't accidentally let go of it and it flies away. We also have a fish line or a fish scale attached to the line, so we'll be able to measure how much lift there is on the balloon, and that's how we tell how much helium we've put into the balloon.
Cool.
All right, should we start filling?
What do you think, Lane?
Here,
Pretty
let's,
cool.
snip those. So
Yeah.
we're not-
Tell me what you think about this, Lane.
I think this.
Should we protect
Now,
those?
is that like super snug? So it won't.
Let's cover those.
I think this balloon is like really awesome and kind of high tech, and
Cover
I
the tips.
like the creativity of the school. So I really appreciate the school's creativity. Thank you very much.
Cool. Thanks, Lane.
Could even just.
Hannah, do you want to tell us what you've learned?
Yeah.
I guess
So I've learned about like pressure of how the balloon's gonna go
maybe?
up,
Or is it cold?
Yeah, it's cold.
and I've learned how how the cameras kicked. And
Okay.
All right. All right. Well, let's grab the mic from Bridger. Will you grab the mic from Kyle right there? Hello, Quail Hollow. And the world. Bridger,
Okay.
you gonna talk for a minute?
Well, did you already mention that we learned how to use a vacuum chamber? Right. Well, how a vacuum chamber works? Yeah. And they're going to blow the balloon up.
Pretty awesome.
Okay.
Thanks, Bridger. Cool. As you can see, the balloons getting there, starting to put the looks like they're starting to put the stuff in the balloon. All right, pretty cool.
Yeah, you weren't
Here you go, Ben. Tell us what you think about this balloon. Hold that mic. What do you think about this balloon?
I think it's awesome.
Yeah? What's the most awesome part, Ben?
I don't know.
You don't know? This is the awesome part, right? Did you drive up this morning or did action here? Yeah. Where's Spencer at? Maybe we lost him.
And then that way.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's the hotspot. Let me see if it turned off. No, it's on.
There you go. Now it's back on,
Okay.
I think.
Just keep it with you.
All right.
Okay. So.
Guys, it's halfway along.
All right. Sounds like we're back on. Lost my hotspot connection. He walked away from me, so I had to come and reconnect. So you can see right there in the background a little bit more of the balloon that they're putting the helium in. Starting to expand pretty good. Sorry to make you all dizzy carrying this camera, walking. All right. So they're gonna stay at a distance here so you can kind of see. As you can see, there's been quite a bit of preparation and plans put into this. Pretty awesome. So there is a team here today of parents and students that once this balloon goes up, they're gonna track it down. And I wanna check out the payload again real quick. Come over here and check out the payload, which they're gonna hook to the balloon. Hey, Mr. Stitt, you want to tell us a little bit about that payload?
All right. Well, this is our payload box here. We've got.
Why don't you hold on to that so
sure.
I can back up and get a better picture?
Got it.
There you go. Awesome.
Okay, so here's our payload. We've got a little Quail Hollow Elementary sign on here so that we can get this thing back. It's going to have 4 GoPros in it, so we are most interested in getting this thing back after it lands somewhere. We've let all the kids sign it with different colored pens. We're going to have, like I said, 4 cameras in here. We're going to have, there's a GPS device. This is called an APRS. There's the little GPS antenna. So this thing, so that we know where this is going. Hopefully it keeps signal the whole time so we can track it and find it. We'll also have a little radio beacon in here, and that'll send out a signal so that we can use another antenna to try to track it down wherever it may land. Also, we've got some hand warmers in there, try to keep the payload warmed up, and the most important part of all.
That is the most important.
This is the most important part. So all the kids put a Lego minifig in here and signed the back of it. So after we get this thing back, they can all have their minifigs back from, heck, practically the edge of space.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're excited.
Bridger, did you put one of them in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, which one is yours?
Put like a firefighter in one. And it's
We got a bunch of them. He's in there somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be like, where's Waldo, right?
Yeah. So we're just doing some, oh yeah, there he is. So we're just doing some final preparations. We're waiting on one more battery
Cool.
to show up, and then we're on our way.
All right. Jane, can you find yours in there? Thanks, Mr. Stout.
You are welcome.
Here, hold that mic there, Jane. See if you can find yours. What are you thinking of all this?
I think I found mine, but it's body. I'm trying to find it, but I don't.
All right.
I mean, because I majored. I'm trying to find mine, but I think it's split apart into pieces. It's fine. I'm trying to find it. Wait, mine's
All right, let me hold on to that mic here. Okay. All right, let's get a little more mic cord. I'll hang on to the cord if you want to just video.
This is my tot.
Awesome.
Because I can't find the bottom half in her hair.
Well, that's all right. The hair will come back also, so long as it stays in that bag. All right. Eliza, what do you think of all this?
I think it's pretty cool.
What's been the best part for you?
I kind of
Give you
like
this
learning. Oh, okay. I kind of like learning the lessons, especially the one about air pressure
Oh, yeah?
and how we learned about that works. We made these little jars where when you blow into you suck up and the balloon blows up because you're lowering the air pressure in the jar.
Cool.
That was pretty fun.
That's science stuff you're going to learn in middle school and high school. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, how high do you think that the balloon's going to go before it actually pops? What's the projected? What do you think?
I'm not
Make a prediction. What do you
Okay.
think? Because it could go up to, my understanding is that balloon could go all the way up to like 100,000 feet. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think
Yeah?
so.
All right. Do you think it's going to make it that high, or do you think it's going to maybe pop with some of the rain and stuff going on?
I don't know. Maybe pop won't make it up all the way.
Yeah? Awesome. What do you think?
I
Layla, what do you think?
I think it might pop because of the rain, but it might also go all the way up because it's not popping right now and it's in the rain, so it might not pop.
Get them in the background.
So it might not pop when it's going up. And plus, once it gets above the clouds, it will only get sunshine
Oh, yeah?
because the clouds is what's making it rain. So
Right. So you think it's going to go right up past the clouds, and then up there it should be clear, and it's
Yeah.
going to go up a little further before it pops?
yeah.
Cool. So hopefully you can see the balloon in the background. It looks like it's probably about 10 feet in diameter right now, 8 or 10 feet in diameter. So up, it expands. And from what I understand, what I learned is that balloon, as it goes higher, it's going to expand more and could get as much as, is that true?
Yes.
Yeah? Do you think it's going to expand more than 30 feet?
Maybe. Yeah.
A little bit?
A little.
Yeah? Cool. The wind's kind of blowing, huh?
Yeah.
Looks like you're going to be chasing it a little bit more towards the west, don't you think?
Yeah.
Because I saw some of the mountains over there. I'm like, hopefully it doesn't go that way, but I don't think it will because the wind's blowing that way, isn't it? Pretty cool.
But we'll see when
Well, let's zoom in right here on what Mr. Stout's doing. And if you're just joining us, Jane, can we have you step to the side here? If you're just joining us, what they're doing is, you can see in this payload, has cameras. You can see a couple cameras there. There's one on the top, there's one on the side. You can see, if you go in a little closer, you can see the kids have signed the payload, and their names and their cool figures that they have right over here on the left are going to go up, clear up to space before it pops. And as it comes down, they're going to track it. And they're going to pick up this payload. And guess what, students, those of you that are joining us? Once they pick up these cameras after it comes down, they're going to put together a video. And you're going to be able to, you're going up, 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 and even past the clouds. Hopefully it makes it up past those before it pops and comes down, right? That's the plan. Okay,
If anyone hasn't signed it, make sure you sign it.
So maybe come over here and get a picture of the kids that are helping with the balloon. I'm going to come over here and talk to them for just a minute. Maybe step right over that. Right there. So tell us a little bit more. Why are you wearing the gloves and what are you doing right now?
So because the balloon is made out of latex and the oils from our hands, if they get on the balloon, they can cause it to pop earlier than we want it to pop.
So we don't want that balloon to pop early.
And same thing for anything on your hair, your body, so we're trying to be really careful. And then right now, this is a fishing scale, and this number tells us how much force the balloon is able to pull up, and we want that number to be about 1.5 times how much the payload's going to weigh. So that's, right now, it's kind of around 2,700 grams. So that's kind of what we're looking for. And then we're just tying off the balloon to make sure it doesn't leak. So we're using zip ties and tape and all kinds of different methods to tie it off.
This is so cool. I wouldn't even have thought about the oils on your hands, how it could affect the balloon, and the balloon actually popping earlier because of those oils. Yeah. So that's good to know.
And we made up these diagrams to help us.
So
it's a lot of team meetings beforehand to make sure that we knew kind of what to do, because we knew today would be windy and we were thinking rainy, but it's a little rainy, so it's harder to work with all those things going on.
Luckily the rain has kind of gone away a little bit for right now, so that's nice.
Yeah.
It was a little bit stormy when I was driving up here this morning, and I thought, oh boy, how's this going to work? But it's actually cleared out pretty good. So
yeah, it's nice right now.
Pretty cool. So let me back up here a little bit so we can get another full-on picture. There we go. We'll have the camera go back just a little bit. Lily, do you want to talk for a minute and tell us what you learned? Sure. Okay, tell us what you learned. And what team are you on? There's like 4 different teams for this balloon launch, right? And what's the team that you're on?
I'm on recovery team.
Okay, so what does that mean? You're going to recover what?
I'm going to go try to track down the balloon and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So based off of the wind and what you've learned as you've prepared to be on this recovery team, where do you think it's going to go? How many miles is it going to go?
Well, I have no idea. Just hopefully not past the mountain.
Not past the mountain? You don't want to go hiking?
Yeah.
Not really?
Yeah. I don't want to go hiking. Not in this weather.
Yeah, well,
I don't want to go hiking.
It's going to go up pretty high, I think.
Yeah.
And the wind's blowing pretty good that way. Mm-hmm. So it might end up on some of those foothills over there.
Yeah, luckily not in the mountain, because then it would be horrible.
Yeah? Why is that, Jane?
Because I do not want to hike up and just find a big balloon.
Oh, but you won't have to find the balloon. You'll have to find the payload, right?
Yes.
Here, let's check out maybe you can zoom in on the pins they have. They have these cool pins. All the students that participated got these cool pins that talk about, it has the QH logo and then it says HAB on it. Let me get this cord from you so you don't trip on it. What is HAB, Avery? What's HAB?
HAB is the abbreviation for high altitude balloon.
Oh, I don't know if they could hear that. Sorry.
HAB is the abbreviation for high altitude balloon.
Ah, so that's pretty cool. Who designed those, do you know?
My dad. My dad.
Your dad did?
Yes.
Awesome. Did you help him?
No, and his name is Kyle Moore. He's
Yep.
the one that
And he's the one right behind you in the orange helping to tie on the balloon, isn't it?
Yes, he is. He's the one who made the instructions, too.
Sweet. He's the man. You ought to give him a high five and tell him how awesome he is tonight. Okay, Ethan, what team are you on?
I'm
Why don't you hold that?
I'm on recovery.
Oh, you're on the recovery team also?
Yeah. A lot of recovery guys.
Okay, how many people are on the recovery team?
I have no idea.
You have no idea? There's so many?
There's probably like 20 or 25.
My estimate is 6 or 7.
So that's students, right? 6 or 7
Yeah,
students?
6 or 7 students and 2 adults.
Okay.
2 or 3 adults.
Right on. So, how much time do you think before launch so I can let them know?
We're waiting on a battery to come back. I'm going to guess 15 minutes.
Okay.
That's a guess.
So for all of you that are tuning in, we're still about 10, maybe 10 minutes or so away from launching. We're waiting for a battery to come so we can get that connected to the tracker that's on the payload and be able to track it. So also, teachers, I emailed you a link that you can click on and track. So once you see this video and it's over, you could actually click on that link that I sent you. And students, if you want to check for the next 2 or 3 hours and kind of see where that balloon might be going, so it kind of gives you a Google Map type look, and it will show you different places where that balloon might be flying. So if you have a chance to tune in every once in a while during the day while you're still working, do that. You can kind of see where the balloon is. And we'll get an update from the recovery team a little bit later today. Again, we're out here in Tremont, in Utah. It's about an hour and a half north of Salt Lake. So some of these kids, how many of you stayed up here last night? Raise your hand. Pretty much everyone. Did anyone drive up this morning like me?
I was in a hotel.
Yeah?
In a hotel and I stayed in Oregon.
You guys stayed in a hotel tonight? Last night? That's pretty cool. Did you drive up this morning?
I drove up.
Oh, okay. Wesley, what team are you on?
Recovery.
You're on the recovery team also? Who else is on a different team? Okay, let's talk to Claire for a minute. Watch the cord right there, buddy. All right, here you go, Claire. Hold that mic. And tell us a little bit. What team are you on?
I'm on payload.
You're on the payload, so tell us about the payload. Maybe we can sneak over here. Why don't you walk over there by the payload? So let's have you guys move. We're going to walk over by the payload, and Claire can tell us about the payload. Okay? We'll sneak this way with the cord. Okay, so we'll why don't you stand right here? Maybe we can get the payload in the background. There you go.
So,
and you can tell us a little bit about that payload.
What the payload team does is we built this and we put the things in, and my dad helped a lot with it. And
hey, somebody put a battery in that thing.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, tell us what's on the payload and how it works.
So there's 4 cameras on it, and they're gonna take footage of in space and seeing yeah.
All right, give John an extra donut.
And
I'm going to 6 stores.
There's a beacon inside, and I don't remember what that's for.
So the beacon, isn't that so we can track it? Is that what that's for?
I think it is.
Yeah.
And there's our little Lego minifigures that we each got one. We put our initials on them. So if we find the payload again, we can get back our minifigs and have them from space, and that'd be really cool.
Cool. So when you get your minifigure back, your Lego person back, what are you gonna do with it?
Maybe
are you gonna wrap it up and put it in something so no one can ever touch it and say this is my precious jewel, or are you gonna still play with it?
I think I'm gonna put it with my Lego collection.
So you're gonna kind of keep it as a collector item? Pretty cool. So there's the payload, it looks like. Thanks, Claire. Looks like they're in their final stages of wrapping up the payload. You can notice kids have signed it. Peter, which team are you on?
I'm on the imaging team.
Okay, well, let's talk to Peter for just a minute.
So I'm on the imaging team, and about the imaging team, we put like the cameras on, and they show you and so that's and it shows you like up in space where it is, and but it won't, and it will I think we also I think we video it from it going up and coming down, so we track it and video it. So yeah.
Cool. So are you guys going to be the team that's going to try to track, once it gets back, you're gonna put the video together and all that stuff. That's pretty cool. What's been the best part of the imaging team?
I think the best part is probably like learning like how the cameras work and stuff. And
Okay, so did you have to choose certain type of cameras?
Yep, we chose GoPros. And
Why did you choose GoPros? What's good about those?
I don't know why they chose GoPros though, but they just chose those, and we put a bubble wrapper around it or something, or like some wrap that's clear so you can see through it, because like something might like hit it or something.
Okay.
In the face, and you could let's see. So, and I think, the best part is probably like seeing how like the cameras like work, probably like see how the cameras will work in space.
Okay.
And we're gonna put like an extra battery in it, so if the battery like dies out, because space is really non-living place, and yeah.
Cool. Well, Peter, I'm looking at you. You're in shorts, and I have like 2 jackets on, and I'm cold. So you just must be tougher than me. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. Peter's tougher than I am. All right, you can see behind us again. That balloon is hanging in there. What are we on the poundage here for the balloon?
32.25.
Say that again.
32 1/4.
And how much do we need to be at?
About that.
About that. So we're pretty close. That's about how much we need in it, right? Okay. So it's filled. We're good. They've got it all taped.
Yep.
It's all taped. So.
No going back.
Wait. So we've talked to the imaging team. We've talked to the recovery team. What other team is there? The launch team. Okay.
Which is us.
All right, Danny. Tell us about the launch team.
So the launch team, we have to make sure that we have enough air for it to pick up helium to pick up the package.
Is that the stuff that makes you talk like this?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Which it does make you talk like that. And as soon as it goes up into space,
maybe I'll have to try some out.
as soon as it goes up into space, it will pop and go safely down, hopefully.
Hopefully.
And not run into the woods, and hopefully we'll find the location and not land on a plane or hurt the plane or something.
Right.
Or make it crash.
Okay.
And hopefully we'll find it.
Cool. So that's the launch team for you.
I'm in the imaging. I can
Imaging? Okay. We talked to Peter earlier. What do you want to add about the imaging team? How much do you think those cameras were?
I'm not sure how much those cameras were. About $100, and the imaging team's job is kind of to get some pictures of the flight.
Yeah.
And Mr. Mill here is going to film the balloon launch with his iPad, and we're also going to make some cameras. And
Now we can say bye-bye to it.
And just as we talked about it earlier, we hopefully think that we will find it, and that we will hopefully find it, and that it won't, and that my solution is that it won't go farther than Las Vegas.
Okay, hopefully it doesn't go as far as Las Vegas, because that's a long drive. Okay, I think there's one more team. Is it the communication team? 2 more? Okay, so we talked to the payload. So payload, recovery, launch, and imaging. Okay, so we got them all. Cool. Are you on the recovery team?
No, I'm on the lunch team.
The launch team. Sweet.
We also call it lunch.
Lunch team? Is it because you're always eating sandwiches? No? So how many times did you meet?
I don't really know, but we practiced this before with a trash bag.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So you kind of did a practice launch?
Yeah, we did.
What did you learn from the practice launch and the trash bag?
let go so it won't float away. And also, we made instructions so we wouldn't forget. So
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like in school. It's important to take notes.
Yeah.
Did you get that, students? Make sure you listen to your teachers and you take good notes because they could help you later on. It's good advice. Any other advice you have for all the students back at Quail Hollow?
I like to read, and if they're not reading, the teachers should say that a 7-year-old likes to read.
There you have it, folks. If a 7-year-old likes to read, so should you. Reading is awesome. Well, how far are we away there, Spencer? All right, they're just taping up the finals. Let's get the final look in here on the payload. Parker,
Do we have like a final
tell us,
checklist?
inspire us. Tell us the most awesome thing that you've learned and what you're looking forward to. Let's get the payload in the back.
I'm on the recovery team, so I'm most excited for recovering it because I have to track it on the computer.
Want to do this, or should I just do it?
That's
Hand
it.
warmers? Camera one bottom.
They're doing the checklist right now.
Blinking.
You want to hold that up by your...
Ballast. Yep. Mini figs. Yep. Hand warmers.
Yep.
RF beacons on.
Yep.
Camera 4 top.
Yep.
APRS is on.
Yes.
Camera 2 and 3 is on.
Yes.
Payload box lid.
Almost
Okay.
Kind of like...
how's our neck lift? We're good? Okay, power 2, 3 and on.
All right, we're getting close to the launch here. Final checklist, just like on an airplane or when they shoot into space,
Does the
they have
launch
to
team
make
have a
sure all
checklist?
things are set.
Initial setup lid.
Thanks, Parker.
Initial setup. We got a lot of checklists here. That's right. They look final way. This looks all done.
Yeah, lid is on.
All right. It's sealed. Well, it's on. Now they have to seal it.
Yep. Okay. You're gonna be a cutter. You want to cut for him? Okay, when he tells you.
We got the drone running.
I'm gonna wrap all the way around.
Alright, I think we're good. Hey Kyle, do you guys have a checklist? You guys good?
Checklist is done.
So there's like an overall one, right? We just take a picture and let it go, right?
Yeah.
Alright. And we ran our last prediction.
What do you think? Yeah, I can run another one.
So maybe you can talk us through that prediction, Kyle, as you're doing it. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
Let me, so throughout the last week, Kyle has been sending updates, checking out the weather and making sure that we find the right place to launch. And earlier this week, actually last Friday, the spot was Scipio, Utah, which is actually south, about an hour and a half south. And as the week went on, it moved to about two hours south, which was Delta, Utah. And that was the plan as of a couple days, is to launch this balloon in Delta. But as of yesterday or the day before, Tremonton was the place. And so here we are in Tremonton as he's tracked. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about that, Kyle.
Yeah, so we... sorry, just a sec.
You're fine. Maybe we can swing around and see the computer. Go that way. Behind him, kind of to the side.
Dude, this is an impressive box, guys.
Okay.
I'm really impressed.
So, depending on how much our payload weighs, and how much helium we put in the balloon, and how high we want it to pop, we're able to figure out how fast it's going to go up and how fast it's going to come down. So the heavier the payload is, the slower it goes up, but the faster it comes down.
You got blinking lights on
Because
all the
it
GoPros?
pulls harder on the
Better
parachute.
get this thing back.
So you use that information, how fast it goes up, how fast it comes down, and where it's going to pop. And then they actually have online simulators. So I put that information in, and I say where we're going to launch from, and then you just tell it to run prediction.
And that's kind of hard to see a little bit, but we're going to kind of zoom in a little closer on the computer.
Oh, shoot.
And if you can see all these lines here, it kind of shows where it's going to launch and where it's going to land, roughly, right?
Yes.
See if you can see those lines down in there.
Yeah, so this is where it launches from. It flies up, and then it pops right there.
Perfect, right there, Kyle.
So we're launching right here. It flies up, pops right there, and then it drifts down on the parachute. And we're actually going to land in those hills right there.
So right over there in those hills is where it's looking, huh?
Yeah, so it's not as bad as some of the mountains around here, but I'm hoping we don't have too hard a time recovering.
Cool.
What's your my hotspot shut off? I need your...
That's my phone number, 801-930-0780.
I'm going to steal your mic here.
You just got dogs.
And we still live streaming, we're okay? All right. Looks like we're still connected for the most part. Get the balloon in the background there.
Are you going to land the drone?
Well, there you have it, students. We're down to the final minutes of launch. So this, of course, went a little bit higher. Maybe you can sneak over here and see how they've attached the... Yeah, so let's sneak around this way. We're going to come around here. They're going to get a picture of all those that are here that have helped. And as you can see, they have that payload there, and it's attached to the balloon. And back up about right here. We'll have you back up. You're safe to go. There's the sun. All right, well. All right, and here's our Quail Hollow HAB team, the High Altitude Balloon Team. Now, there's other students at school. If you're listening in and you just were not able to make it, this is why we're live streaming it. But why don't you raise your hand so the students in your class can see that you are also part of this cool team that helped make all this possible. So, students there at Quail Hollow, give them a thumbs up and tell them awesome job. So that's pretty cool. But that's quite the crew, and a thank you to all the parents that helped out do this. They came and brought the kids all once a week, I think since March, and they were once a week during the evening for about 2 hours to help prepare for this awesome day where they're going to launch. All right, let's have a countdown. Okay. All right. So grab the banner. Grab the banner.
Guys, we got a few seconds. We're gonna clear a lane right here.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, whoa, stop.
There you go. Thanks, bud. That took out the microphone. Okay, we're going to walk this way a little bit as you back up around this cooler. There you go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here it goes. It's launching. Okay, that was a good practice. So here we go. All right, so we got to get that stretched out just a little bit to launch. Here we go. Now this might be for real. And they have to kind of let out some of that slack of the balloon that's connected to the payload. You notice there's a parachute on there too that's starting to go up. Hopefully you can see it okay. But there, okay, the slack has let loose. You can kind of see which way the wind's blowing. Hopefully it makes it up. There's a few trees towards the way it is. And here it goes. Maybe. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's going. There goes the payload. It's going up. Oh, it's flying pretty good. That is way awesome. Look at that thing go. That goes quick. Holy cow. See if you can still see it just a tiny bit in. Oh, it's just kind of lingering there. Looks like there's a drone up there that they put of a camera to kind of follow it and see. Well, that drone's way up there with it. I don't know that you can see that in the video, but that drone is right there by the balloon. It keeps going up. It's getting higher. That's way cool. It's kind of going straight up. I thought it was going to blow a little bit more as it went, but it's going pretty well up there. Well, it's starting to become ant size. Still going. Can you see it in the video there? Okay. Cool. Come tell us what you think, Wesley. Peter, come tell us what did you think of the launch? What do you think, Wesley? What do you think of that launch?
It's really, really cool.
Was it what you thought it would do?
Yeah.
Yeah? Still way up there, isn't it?
But I thought it was going to be a little bit smaller.
What, the balloon? You thought it was going to be smaller? And it was bigger than you thought? What do you think, Peter? How'd the launch go?
I think it was really cool, but it was kind of weird because it went up super fast, and it's only been like 2 minutes since we launched it, and it's like about it was really high.
So did it go up higher than you thought? Or faster than you thought?
Lots.
Yeah? So you didn't think it was going to go up so fast?
Yeah, I thought it was going to go like up like this. But it was like, yeah.
Camera person, come over here now.
Yeah.
Camera person. You can come shine over here. Here's all the whole group again. Oh, I don't want to be. All right.
Avery, come to this side.
All right. Well, does anyone want to tell us what they thought of the launch? Okay, just real quick, Edwin. I haven't talked to Edwin yet. Let me talk to Edwin. What did you think about the launch, Edwin?
It was really cool.
What was so cool about it?
I don't know.
You think it was going to go up that fast? Or did it go up too slow for you?
It went up really fast.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Awesome. Any other?
Up a lot faster than I thought, and it was bigger than I thought.
Yeah, you thought the balloon was a little bigger than you thought?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm also making a video.
Sweet.
In a video.
Thanks for sharing that. All right. What do you say there, Niels?
At least it didn't explode after going 7 feet in there.
But that's what you were worried about?
Yeah.
You thought it was just going to go up a little bit and then explode?
Yeah, because my brother, he accidentally kind of touched it with his... Oh, yeah.
With his hand?
Oh, no, he didn't. He had his glove on.
Oh, okay. It's a good thing. We don't want it to pop earlier. Can you even see it anymore?
Yeah.
Where is it? Oh yeah, we can kind of still see it up there. It's really tiny. It's right up there, Hannah. Straight up. Can you see it? So right there. There's the birds over there and there's the balloon right over there. Still going up. Okay, Alex. Alex is going to tell us what he thinks about this launch.
what I think is that it was just great. It was successful. That's the good part.
So it was successful?
Yes.
Yeah? So now comes the fun part of tracking it, right? Who's got the tracker?
I don't know. I think the recovery team.
The recovery team has the tracker?
Yeah.
Right on. Well, Alex, what was your favorite part of launching this?
Just I would think blowing up the balloon, just watching it inflate big. Since it's my brother's birthday, I told him it's the biggest birthday balloon he's gonna ever have.
Awesome. Well, it's Max's birthday.
Yeah.
And this is why we did this, was for Max. You make sure he knows that. That's why we planned it this day. Cool. Well, thanks, Alex. Thanks for being part of this. This is pretty awesome. Claire, do you want to say right there, bud? Oh, stop. There you go. You want to say anything about the launch? Was it what you predicted, what you thought would happen, or was it very different?
I think that it was. I didn't know that there would be a kid holding the thing and everyone else would just be watching.
And it was you that got to hold the payload, right?
Yeah.
And when they counted down, you're the one that let go. What was that feeling like?
It was feeling like, whoa, what if I mess up? Like,
what if you let go of it, Cricket, or something?
Like, what if it goes wrong, and what if it like runs into the fence, or I was supposed to run or something and I didn't, because I always mess up like that.
Yeah? Cool. Well, you did a fine job. You didn't fail at all. It was a perfect launch. Way to go. Count that as a successful launch. Does that mean one day you're going to be like an astronaut or something?
No.
No?
Why not?
Because
so is there anything...
There's always like a trillion people who always want to be astronauts, and then they try to, but there's only so
many that can go to space?
That can go.
Yeah. Well, what's the most important lesson you would say you learned from this experience?
Jane.
You want her to answer for you?
Maybe that science is really important and working together. That's what I said.
All right.
Probably that.
Cool.
Yeah, that we always need to work together, and we can make things right if we work together.
Cool.
I thought the balloon would be bigger, but it's not.
Well, students, teachers, thanks for tuning. We're here at, actually we're on a soccer field here in Tremont, and thanks for tuning in with us. I'm going to continue some coverage just with as they cleaned up. So if you'd like to continue to follow, you're welcome to do that. But also remember, you have the link you can click on and should be able to track every so often where that balloon is moving to. So can you see it anymore up there, Claire? Where is it?
Yeah, I can see it up there too.
Oh, yep, you're right. I see it. Keeps going high. It's still going. So thanks for joining us, Quail Hollow, and parents and whoever else is joining us. Like I said, we're going to kind of do a little bit of coverage over here, but students, you can get back to work and track that balloon.
Yay! Miss Harrell, I rolled this up for you. Miss Mel.
Awesome. You going to hold on to that for me? Cool.
We'll go put it back of the RV.
Anything you want to say, Spencer?
No.
So
awesome. Now we got to go find it.
This
now
is
the work begins.
This is the man that helped us out with the launch at school. He helped organize it. He's got Kyle and some other friends and parents that helped out. So we appreciate him and all his willingness to do this. What's been the best thing for you?
I think just getting the community and the kids excited about science and technology, STEM stuff. So if we can kind of spark an interest for these kids, then I think we've done our job. So,
and that's what I think we need. Kids need to see that science is fun, and so is math. There's a lot that went into calculating it and figuring it all out.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, if you look around, I mean, it's not just the kids, but it's just all these parents are stepping up and, you know, never stop learning, and a lot of people just getting together in the community and helping out. I think that's kind of what it's all about, is creating that bond with, you know, the community. So
For sure. And you absolutely did an awesome job, so thanks.
Oh, well, thanks.
Appreciate it. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Been a lot of fun. All right, so that's it. I'm dropping the mic. We're going to be done.
All right. I'll leave that other stream on that we started, that first link.
Okay.
If people want to just look at the tracker, but you can just go to the website. So that's probably.
So the link that you sent me, I sent to teachers and staff, so they should have that.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Say bye. We're going to log off, so thank you for helping out with all that.
Thank you, Quill Hollow. This is a shout out to Liam Tershonsky and Mrs. Stewart's class.
Pretty cool, Liam.